Hi everyone, I am Xingning, and today's video I'm gonna be talking about how to survive JC. This video is for those of you guys who are interested in going to JC, or maybe you guys are already in JC and you kind of like wanna find out more about how to survive JC better. I hope this video will be useful for you. This video I have categorized to three main categories: school, extracurriculars, your well-being. I'll be leaving all the timestamps in the description box, so if ever you want to skip around to whichever topic that you are more interested in, feel free to do so. And also disclaimer that if you feel like the whole camera, the video, right, is like very blurry, I actually dropped this camera into a pile of butter. I wish I was kidding. So you may be wondering, what is the difference between secondary school and JC? JC syllabus, they take what you have learned in secondary school as a foundation. They force you to deeper into the subject. A lot of the things that you learn is to get you used to the intensity and the academic rigor of university, which also means the leap from secondary school to JC is a really big one. Just in case some of you are like haven't really thought about what subject combi that you want, I would say choose subjects that you are confident in, and also choose subjects that you are genuinely interested in, because all the subjects are going to be really difficult. It doesn't matter which subject you take. Another difference between secondary school and JC is the lesson structure. From what I remember, right, secondary school lesson structure is a bit like this. You're just going to be in that same classroom most of the time, and then you got different teachers coming in for like the different subject periods. As you guys may or may not already know, the JC lesson structure is very similar to the one in uni, which is basically lecture, tutorial. So the lecture, right, is going to look something like this. The point of the lecture, right, is to go through content, and then after that you'll have your tutorial. So this one is going to be in a small classroom setting. That's when the tutor will go through the questions, will try and clarify any questions you have. So you might be thinking, how am I supposed to cope with this new lesson structure? So let's start with the lecture. If I can give you one piece of advice for lecture, it is to stay awake. I try to stay awake, right? Please stay awake. That will be really, really useful. In order for you to kind of maximize your learning process during the lecture, I would suggest that you actively learn and actively listen by writing notes and also highlighting your lecture note. You should have like a highlighting system. So there's this highlighting system that my camp tutor asked us to do, which is basically you get like two highlighters. For our class, right, he told us that green is like the super important one, that you must memorize word for word one. Then yellow is the one that you probably should know this. You don't need to know this word for word, but it's good to know. So for example, if you guys can see here, right, see the green part there, that one is an equation that I must know for this particular topic. This is the yellow part that I've highlighted. So basically, I kind of should know this graph, but then this yellow part to tell me what the different points of the graph mean. Having this kind of color coding system, it also helps you know what is super essential. After you're done with your lecture notes, you want to make like flashcards or like your own notes, right? You can use these highlighted parts to help you make notes. Enough about lectures. So what about tutorials? Teachers like seldom mark the tutorials, which is unlike secondary school. It takes a lot of self-discipline. You are the one that makes sure you do that tutorial. If you are able to do all those questions before you come to tutorial, you know which are your mistakes. If you have any questions, go and quickly ask. I have this GH thing. So GH stands for God help. Oh my goodness, actually, I didn't solve this question on my own. Either I referred to the notes or like I googled the answer. Even if I got this question correct, I should double confirm that I actually know why it's correct. You guys are gonna get a lot of things. This is the amount of stuff that I used throughout my 2 years of JC. Personally, I didn't go for tuition. So imagine if you go for tuition, right, then the tutor confirm give you even more material, right? Your mountain gonna be higher than this, okay? Try and be organized. Very, very important stationery item. This kind of ring files, like really fat ones. I'll bring like a small thin file to school every day. At the end of the week, I will like take out the lecture notes that are already covered or like the tutorials that are already done, and I'll transfer to these ring files that I keep in my room. What is the H1, H2, H3 deal? Like, what is going on? Usually at the start of J1, majority of students will take 4 H2s. And then, right, cause the A-level only consider 3 H2s and 1 H1, most people, they may choose to drop a H2 so that, lighten their workload. Anyways, then after they calculate your rank points, they're just gonna treat everyone as 3 H2s and 1 H1. Difference between H2 and H1, right, is that it's just the number of topics that's tested that is lesser. And for history is the JC, they'll partner with like a uni, and then they will like teach you uni level stuff. You can talk to your dean or your ECG counselor or your tutors more about this after you have like gotten your results. You're considering whether to take H1, what should be your take? To really talk to your tutors about it. This one is quite important. So I have a friend, she dropped to H1 around like after her mid-year exam or prelim, around there. So basically a few months before her A-levels, and she was very kind enough to share her experience and some advice. Consider your weaker subjects and research about the new H1 workload. It is best if it looks doable to you so that the rest of your effort can go into your H2s. So make sure the one you drop is the least secure subject. Look at what you might possibly go into in uni. Higher rank points with 3 H2s will usually get you further than lower rank points with 4 H2s. This other person took history. For history math, we'll learn about math that is extremely different from H2 math. For that few weeks that the person was inside history, it's hard to understand anything, so I did spend some time with other history math people to discuss answer, etc. and eventually left H3 due to GP and 论文, which is like our China Studies research paper. Advice for history: nothing wrong with applying history for fun and for discovery. Anyway, the school has withdrawal window, allow students to withdraw from history. So if you think you want to try and discover some stuff and some glimpse into unique content, then go ahead. Should I go for leadership positions? Mentally prepared that it is a lot. The teachers kind of like free rein, so they let you do the thing, but it's not impossible. I actually texted someone who was a CCA press, and this is what she has to say. My experience as CCA press was one that was exhausting and filled with insecurity sometimes, like constantly wondering whether a decision / action / something you said was the right one, or how I could have done things better / differently. But I really appreciated it as it helped me to grow and mature in a really short span of time. Oh, I need advice on balancing. I like using pockets of time when I'm in the car, on the bus, to type out emails relating to CCA or look through documents. I think it's important to also learn how to delegate, because I used to think that I had to do most of the things on my own. That being said, it also taught me how to delegate to whom, especially when everyone is really busy. Second point about school life is basically how to make friends. For most people, when you go into JC, right, you're gonna part ways with your secondary school friends, and you're gonna have to make new friends. And it may be a very daunting thing, especially if you are like me and you're like really introvert and socializing really scares you out. Keep an open mind. I feel that from secondary school to JC, right, that I personally experience is that they are more diverse. They have like different characters and different personalities. So treat everyone like genuinely. Even if like I'm super shy, I'll just try my best, make an effort to talk to someone, that kind of thing. What I told myself when I entered JC was that I wanted to kind of push myself a bit more and really go and force myself to overcome my fear of strangers and try and make friends. I have no idea whether I did that well, but I kind of try, kind of like opened up more. So if you feel that this is also an area that you want to work on, JC, right, is definitely a good opportunity for you to start fresh and really meet new people and try and work on your talking skills. I think this topic is very, very important. I think, right, JC really forced me to learn how to decompress. It is never okay to overexert yourself. What I've learned, listen to my body. So if I feel like my body is giving me emotional cues or physical signs that I'm like stretched too thin, then that's when I know that I should seriously find myself a break from studying so that I can like clear my mind. I've been thinking too much about this. And also find ways to decompress. It may look a bit different for everyone. Personally, I like to watch YouTube. I like to sometimes read. I'm going to like insert a few stuff that people have shared with me, how they like to decompress when they were stressed in JC. The second one is also to not compare yourself to other people. I feel like I'm very guilty of this. Near like my A-level period, I was not doing very well academically. In fact, like I had like a really huge dip from however I was performing like near A-level season, and it was also very pressurizing. And I remember like I would always look at other people. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so good. Wow, they're so good at like pulling all-nighters. They can study for so long. They're so smart. They learn very quickly. Their memory is really good. Their stress tolerance really good. And then like I'll compare myself with them and like be envious, and then I'll beat myself up. I feel like this kind of thinking actually not very constructive lor. I think that it's really important to remember that everyone is on their own journey. So long as you are working hard, you can attest that whatever the result is, it is a good result. And also everyone is very unique. Everyone has their own unique set of strengths and weaknesses. And also a lot of times, right, we don't know the full story of another person unless we're like super close to them and we had the opportunity to talk to them and really understand them more. Everyone just shows up with like a strong front. We don't really know that much about each other most of the time. So best not to compare. And finally, right, please make time for your loved ones. Besides the fact that you are a JC student, you are also someone's child, you are someone's friend, you are someone's sister or brother, and all these relationships are gonna be a lot more valuable to you than whatever achievement you're gonna get in JC. And they are also people who will support you when you go through rough patches. Also, if you're ever struggling, please go to your loved ones, talk to someone you trust, and you don't have to like deal with everything on your own. So that is it for today's video. I hope that it is helpful for you. I'll be filming a part 2 talking a bit more specifically about A-levels and about exam strategies. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. So I really want to thank everyone who has so kindly helped me with my mini survey. If you're interested to find out more about what JC life might be like, you should check out my vlogs as well. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.